Welcome to Žagubica, a town in the eastern part of Serbia. It's a small town with only about 2,000 people, and its history isn't particularly well known. The main development began in 1733, when it was known by the name Vrelo. Slowly and gradually, the town became the main commercial center of the area, and in 1845 it got the first school in the region. The industrial development that came after World War II bypassed this town, partly due to poor infrastructure and roads. So, the population continued with its main occupation, which is livestock farming, and that remains to this day. What isn't done at the right time is hard to make up for later. So, the town missed its chance for major progress and industrialization. Today, we have a situation where agriculture is no longer profitable. Young people are increasingly leaving and the population is decreasing day by day. Here we are ending the tour of the town and going to our next destination. We've arrived at the spring of the Mlava river. Behind me is this little lake. And over there is a restaurant and the spot where the water comes to the surface. The water comes up from deep underground. It has been explored to a depth of 84 meters. And to this day, the exact depth of the channel is unknown. The water comes in large quantities. It's relatively clear and has a greenish color. This is partly due to the surrounding greenery and the moss found in the shallow parts of the lake. So it has a really nice and pleasant green color. The water temperature is somewhere between 9.5 and 10.5 degrees depending on the season. And as you can see, there is a small area where you can take a walk, there are benches where you can sit and rest, and as I said, up there is a restaurant. This is the spot where the water emerges. And on this side over here is a restaurant also called Vrelo. There is a small bridge where you can cross and have a drink. Just 5 kilometers from Žagubica is the Trška church, which was built in 1274 and as such is the oldest church in the region. It is dedicated to the birth of the Holy Mother of God, and another interesting fact is that in the place where founders are usually buried is found a skeleton of a woman holding a newborn child. From here we are continuing for about 30 kilometers to the next destination. Through forests, meadows, pastures, up and down. Finally, here is the sign, Gospodarev Kamen. Looks like we are almost there, just a few hundred meters left. We managed to drive almost all the way to the rock itself. Now we are going down this easy trail. And I think the view will be nice. And the rock is here, behind this branch, Gospodarev Kamen. I'll try to go a bit further so you can see it better. So you're coming from here, slowly going down all the way, and then you climb onto the rock. And there you can make a selfie. After the rock, we are arriving at Krupajsko Vrelo. Here the situation is a bit different. There we had forest, we were alone, except for a few passers-by. Here it's crowded. And now let's see what awaits us up there. We are in this courtyard. Here is a pool and there is a river which comes from the spring up there. So we'll have to go all the way up those stairs, on that side. There is also a restaurant here where you can have a drink or eat something. And as I said, here is the river. Now we are going up the stairs to see the spring. Here we can already hear the sound of water, and now we are descending on the other side. After you climb all the way up, you'll go down on the other side. The spring is over there. The view is very beautiful, however, it's also crowded. The path over there is very narrow, it's hard to pass. Then, where those people are standing, there's a railing. You can go down from there and pass along this narrow path. And beside is a fish farm. There are so many fish. Now we are going back beside this little house. And as I said, we are back in the yard from where we have started. The temperature of the spring Vrelo is about 9 to 10 degrees. However, in this pool over here, there are 5 pipes. This isn't water from the same spring, but from another, thermal one. Its temperature is about 26 degrees Celsius. And the flow rate is about 6 to 10 liters per minute. You can also swim here. I think this is a water mill that's currently not working, but we can see some corn by the window, and below its mechanism. This place is much nicer than the place we were at earlier, the spring of Mlava River. The ambience is much better. The air is much bigger, louder and visually more appealing. The water is also greenish, as we can see here, due to the surrounding greenery, and the moss at the bottom. And finally, for the end, we are going to lunch. Even though it's late, it's still a lunch for me. There is a restaurant here called Krupajsko Vrelo. However, the crowd is so huge and it's impossible to get a table. Also, its rating on Google Maps is a bit lower than the other restaurant I have chosen, which I think might be a better option. We'll see. The name of the restaurant is Zov Homolja and it's located about 5 kilometers from here. So, let's go. And here it is, the restaurant Zov Homolja. It's a family-owned restaurant that has been around for about 20 years. While we are waiting for the food, we've received a complimentary appetizer from the restaurant. Here we have a small, hot cornbread muffin. It's excellent. Local cheese, which is salty and good. I think it's from cow's milk because there's no strong aroma. Next we have kačamak, which is usually served for breakfast, but I wanted to try it. There are some sausages inside. It's a great combination with this cheese. This is really good. Let's see what's this on the top. I think it's bacon with something else. Yeah, mushrooms. Now let's fry this crispy chicken. This one doesn't even need a fork. It's very crispy. Now let's move on to the Karađorđeva schnitzel. The taste is quite good. My only complaint is that it's filled with kačkavalj cheese instead of kajmak. This looks really nice. It's also filled with this cheese. And I think this is ham. I like that it's roasted, crispy, and it has that nice smokiness. These are ribs with kačamak. Let's try it. So I had kačamak, but cameraman wanted to try the ribs. I think that this is saltier than mine. And I think mine was better. Now let's try the ribs too. And now I know why the kačamak is so salty, because the ribs release some of their juices on it. For the end we have chili con carne. This one is spicy. The meat is cut into long strips. And the sauce is spicy. This is some kind of Mexican sauce with beans and corn. It's spicy but nothing extreme, so moderately spicy. It's good and tasty. I wish the meat were a little softer or stewed just a bit more. We've tried everything. These were all small portions, because it would be too much if I order the whole portions. At the end I'll go back to the first dish, which is what I liked the most. It's kačamak with cheese and sausages. This one is the one you should really try. It's what makes this place definitely worth visiting. Here we are ending our little journey. If you have enjoyed it, subscribe and join me on the next one.